r/AskReddit. Women who have given birth, what's something no one told you about it and wish you had known? People tend to leave out the fact that you will bleed a lot after giving birth. Take your heaviest period times 20. Had no idea. I had a C-section and I just thought they cleaned everything out. I got out of bed in the middle of the night and it was like turning on a faucet. It was kind of scary. I thought I was bleeding to death. It hurts to pee afterwards, but if you lean forward on the toilet then the pee goes away from the most painful areas. Also try and time your pain relief around trips to the toilet or other strenuous activities. You can also spray water between your legs when you pee and it dilutes the past so that it doesn't hurt as much. I wish I could dilute the past. I believe that's what vodka is for. That you have the worst month-long period of your life after giving birth. I read books, took childbirth classes and had no idea. Not a nice surprise. Yeah, during the pregnancy you're all haha nina nina I don't have to deal with periods, and your body is like, just wait. Yep, I'm like 9 months without a period. Great. Afterwards, I bled for 9 weeks. Like WTF? I was just saving it up. Sometimes there are no contractions. If you have back labor, it's just a god my insida swan to kill extreme pain for several hours, instead of getting a little break between the contractions. That was sure swell to experience. I had back labor with my son, and for the first few hours I didn't even realize it was labor. Thought I just really needed to fart. And you're certain your son isn't a fart? Yes, but sometimes he's a little shut though. Oh god, I thought it was from eating at the dinner late the night before. I was ignorant of my condition for like 6 hours. I was like damn, I gotta stop with the duck in patty melts, they're tearing up my ass, before I realized. Natural birth. 1. When you're pushing, the nurse or doctor will push the skin around where the head is coming out to try and help the baby get out. It was really distracting. 2. You might shake uncontrollably after giving birth for a little while. It's completely normal. 3. The first time you go to the bathroom after giving birth, the nurse will come with you and change your pad for you, and show you how to use the squirt bottle while you pee so it stings less. 4. It'll sting when you pee for a little while, especially if you needed stitches. 5. When you are pushing your baby out, there will be zillions of people in your room. You won't care. 6. You also won't care if when you poop. Scheduled C-section. 1. You will be brought to the room by yourself at first so they can prep you. 2. They may start opening you up before the person you brought with you is allowed in. They will be able to see everything if they so choose. Tell them not to look. 3. They still have to push the baby out and need to press on your chest to do so. You won't be able to breathe very well while they do so. 4. You can hear everything the doctors are saying. They needed to make my incision bigger because of my son's gigantic head and they needed an extra doctor in the room because he was huge, 11 pounds 2 ounces and 2 days early. But we didn't know that until after. All we knew is that they were frantically calling an extra doctor in the room and frantically asking for extra scissors. There was a lot of commotion down there and it freaked my fiancé and I out big time. 5. The worst part about the section is the first time you stand up. I was on oxys and the pain still took my breath away. That's all I can think of so far lol. All of this sounds like giving birth is a death sentence. Now I understand why so many women died in childbirth back in the day. I can't imagine going through this without modern medicine. Your uterus continues to contract after delivery to get back down to pre-prego size. It's pretty painful, worse than menstrual cramps. And breastfeeding really kicks the contractions into high gear. Also that thing the nurses do where they squeeze your uterus from the outside periodically after baby is out. What the fuck, I know they're doing their job and it's for my own good, but that made me want to punch my otherwise kind and gentle caretakers. It was almost worse than labor and delivery. Almost. After hemorrhaging everywhere with my first birth, I ask them to be as aggressive as possible with the fundal massage. I'd rather have some bruises than almost die. Damn lazy uterus not contracting on its own. After you give birth there is this wonder ice pack pad, sanitary napkin, you get to use. It will be the most wonderful thing you have ever felt. You may also be afraid to have a bowel movement after labor. You won't want to push again. You don't have to labor while laying down. If you don't get an epidural you can walk, squat, and labor on hands and knees. Let gravity help. Don't think you are confined to the bed. My mother thought I wasn't eating because I was trying to lose the baby weight ASAP. About 5 days after birth she confronted me, said I was still skinny, I would lose the weight soon enough, and I need to eat to be a healthy mom. I looked at her confused. You think I'm not eating because I want to lose weight? I'm just scared to poop. Truth is I was eating very little, but I was so scared to poop I can understand where the concern came from. I pooped on day 7 and it wasn't that bad. I wasn't allowed to leave the hospital until I pooped, which is pretty standard policy around here, cause they don't want to send women home terrified of pooping and then holding it and ending up making things worse. The standard time you're in the hospital is 3 days for an uncomplicated vaginal birth, 5 days for a C-section. I couldn't poop because I wasn't eating because I just wasn't hungry, so I ended up taking a laxative. But it was a super gentle laxative that takes like half a day to work, which means it hits you when you least expect it. Lem tell you, thank God I was wearing an adult diaper cause I definitely ended up shitting myself in my sleep. Fun times. If you think getting a C-section is the easy way out, it's not. It's major abdominal surgery, and your recovery time will be much longer. You are also more at risk for complications and infection. I spent 2 weeks in hospital after my first with a raging infection that could have prevented me from being able to have more children. Birth can be traumatic and or completely duck your mental health up. Between the circumstances of the experience and your hormones after the fact, you can literally go from being a human being that loves life and wants that baby and loves it fiercely, to a human being that hates the child you gave birth to, has PTSD, wants to die, or feels a call of the void that's way more strong than average, has irrational thoughts, struggles to function, like, can't get out of bed, doesn't care what happens anymore, doesn't want to wake up, kind of can't function, makes you terrified to ever trust a medical professional again. A lot of people treat birth and everything after like it's the ultimate test of womanhood, with any action that prioritizes mom's health as selfish bullshit. PPD is no joke. Trauma is a thing. Hormones suck. All bodies are different. FFS, please don't try to power through it. Get help. Get support. Don't wait. And please don't be that asshole that tells someone it can't be that bad or all babies are hard, if you really can't understand the situation. Actually, just don't say that stuff. It's not productive at all. Maybe lead with how can I help? Your vagina is going to look like a nightmare after. Don't look at it or touch it. Put ice packs and medicine on it, but don't investigate. I repeat, do not investigate. You'll just keep yourself up at night fretting over what happens if it never goes back to normal. But if you do choose to look, know that it won't look like your labia just lost the title fight forever. I tore a tiny bit on my labia, which they stitched, but a poop strain tore one of the stitches. Now I have a little notch like a torn cat's ear. Sigh. How wet everything can get. If your water breaks and you have a slow leak, there'll be fluid at home, in the car, in the waiting fridge area, in your room, in the hallway, in the bathroom. Combined with all the blood loss and peeing yourself, and it's almost like a slip and slide trying to get around. They gave me a big chuck pad to put between my legs, but it was kind of pointless because it wouldn't stay up unless you held it. When my water broke, it was blood, so I had blood in my bed, blood all over my bathroom, bloody clothes, bloody towels. My house looked like a horrible crime scene. I had a placental abruption at 2 AM on Halloween morning. The horror fan side of me thought this was ironic, once I stopped panicking. After I got home, at least 2 or 3 nights later I would wake up, or whenever the baby woke up, drenched in sweat. Like I felt I was out in the rain soaking wet. I had to look it up. It would have been nice to know that our bodies dump all the extra water that we no longer need. I thought something was wrong with me. Thank baby Jesus I did not experience this. I knew you could tear, so I took steps to prevent it, but I did not know you could tear literally all the way from the front to the back and need reconstructive surgery. Happened to my cousin. You can destroy your clit. This is by far the most terrifying comment in this whole thread. Yeah, I don't care about my ass getting torn, just don't wreck my fun button. And I'm adopting. That the epidural is the most incredible invention of modern medicine. I thought it would maybe dull the pain, but it literally took all of the pain away. Like I went from 6 centimeters and pain at 9 of 10 to being able to peacefully read a book while labor continued. Also, when they injected the liquid into my spine, it felt like a waterfall of cool water running down my back. It was cool. Overall, I rate the epidural a 10/10. I'm currently pregnant with my second and plan to have another. My wife before labor, I want to try and do this natural with no painkiller. During labor, duck, Jimmy that epidural. After epidural, what? The baby is out? Neat. After everything, what the fuck was wrong with me? Epidurals are amazing.